Hey, what's up, collective? How's everybody doing today or tonight or whenever you're watching this timeless message? When I look and listen and feel into the ethers for a message for my collective of the divine beings who have done the inner work, the shadow work, the integration, the generational curse breaking. So this message isn't going to be for everyone. If this doesn't resonate with you, have a nice day. Take what is useful to hear in your journey with you and leave the rest. Got the Page of Wands coming out first. Page of Wands, imagination, inspiration, exploration, Leo, Sag, agitated. I was going to coming through agitated. I'm a little agitated. Before I started this reading, just picking up on a lot of resistance from beings who are doing the work, getting pushback from people who knew the old versions of them and wondering why. Karma is probably hitting a lot of people who are from our past, who are no longer vibrating at the same frequency. Yeah, and I split the deck on the Six of Swords. So a lot of moving on in this collective, Queen of Swords. And on the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Pentacles. So we can receive our blessings, our blessings, our level up, our generational wealth. Yeah, definitely also going through this Lionsgate portal. I'm getting a root chakra healing. So a lot of people are healing their root chakra by abstaining from sex and being celibate and holding on to that magic energy that comes in through our root and sacral chakras to be able to manifest, because that's where our manifestation energy originates. And keeping our hearts clear of negativity is easier when we have done cord cutting and our space is no longer being shared by people who are smiling in our face, but our biggest ops sometimes could be friends, family, co-workers. Yeah, so this is a time of release. The Lover's card coming out, which is divine, feminine, masculine union starts within us, and holding on to that sacred energy. I think our culture has weaponized sex to get us to not stand in our full power. That's the truth. Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I'll take that. We have an over-sexualized external focus through media and relationships that we see that are toxic, that people are not holding on to that energy to manifest and be in harmony internally. They're looking as we're taught in this matrix to look outside of ourselves for validation, acceptance, by friends, family, loved ones to validate us. And when they have not done any work on themselves, looking at us who is working on ourselves brings up their inner demons. It is very confronting. So we get these silent haters that don't want to see us have a new beginning. Split the deck on the Fool card. And the Hierophant is under that. So stepping into our full power, we have the access to our gifts that we're given, may have worked on them for lifetimes, King of Swords, and be able to hold that authority, and that's the air element, in how we speak and present, being in alignment with our higher self and tapping into those clairs, using our intuition, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, and not necessarily for profit, although that is one way to use your abilities. Ultimately, speaking the truth is not something that is not going to be rewarded by the universe. Once we get over the survival instincts and we're in a peaceful environment and a balanced life, finding ways to add value using our gifts and abilities ultimately will be something that we are able to generate an income off of, possibly, and that not being the main intention, finding some ways to use them that we enjoy is our path. Hopefully that's resonating for some people right now. And this right now, going through the Dragons, or the Dragon's Gate portal. Interesting. The Lion's Gate portal is a time to start new things. And then we're talking about the Ace of Pentacles, getting those rewards when we're on our path, using our abilities to navigate in these realms effortlessly, which isn't without some level of discomfort at times, but easier to navigate when we let go of that which no longer serves us and have an ego death and allow ourselves to become the next version of ourselves. The Dragon's Gate portal, speaking of, happens twice a year, is another very useful celestial alignment to let go of old patterns, to break patterns. A lot of people historically have made New Year's resolutions to do something new, which is a great intention. However, that's not the best time cosmically to do the new things. It's actually not the beginning of the year. It's in the middle of the winter. The spring is a better time, 9:22 on the clock, on the timer. The spring, we have 2 times during the year where there's a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse, and they're 2 weeks apart. And I invite people to do some research and look at when those times are, but one in the spring and one in the fall. And I believe it's 2 weeks prior and 2 weeks after. So it's a total of 6-week window portal to fast, meditate and journal, let go of the old and inviting in the new, and being ready to plant those seeds and, have those projects and things that we're manifesting evolve throughout the cycle. So I'm going to keep it short on this message. Yeah. So enjoy the rest of your day until you rest. And I invite you to write down some things that you are planning on manifesting this next season before you go to sleep, and to sleep on that and see what you wake up with. Insights and ideas, and write those down upon waking as an exercise to try out. And if you get value, to add that into your routine when you are moved to do so. It's a very useful practice to take advantage of that sleep time to plant seeds going into the rest, and to wake up and capture those insights and store them, write them down. And then the last I want to leave with, I had an insight about the word sleep, it being S-leap, a silent leap. So we're not actually being unconscious while we're sleeping. We're lucid. We're focusing on using that time. Sometimes could be up to 8 hours. People could be sleeping, or less or more. But that is a time of value, not just resting the physical, but using our creative gifts to help bring clarity to our lives. So thanks. See you on the next video.